Hey, everybody. So, this is the video that I'm going to go ahead and release at 4 a.m. This is just appalling. It's disgusting. And by the way, don't fall for the whole Destiny being banned from Twitch. He was banned in 2022. He hasn't streamed there since, but he is on Kick. He needs to be banned from Kick as well for advocating for violence like this. But I'm going to show you all of these videos here of Destiny, everything he's been saying, all the heinous stuff he's been saying over time, and he's sitting there acting like, oh, well, it's Trump's fault that we're getting violent. No, it's not. You've been calling for this for a long time.
I'm ready for the great cleansing, dude.
Cleansing?
The cleansing.
What cleansing?
When we genocide conservatives in this country.
Are you gonna be out in the streets with your Glock?
Maybe. I gotta go back to Nebraska and grab it. I'm ready for the fight.
You know, just hateful rhetoric like that all the time. You know, things like that.
Grieving
Before I get to the Piers Morgan stuff, I just want to get to all of Destiny's shenanigans.
Afraid of getting killed when they go to need conservatives to be afraid of getting killed when they go to events so that they look to their leadership to turn down the temperature. The issue is right now, they don't feel like there's any fear. Like, I don't know. It's like me.
That's not how it should work, Destiny. The ones who commit the crimes are the ones that are further extreme. The ones who start making people afraid for their lives because of speech are in the wrong. That's fascism. That's what Destiny's advocating for. He goes, well, conservatives clearly they're not in fear yet for their lives. That means that we're here. You guys are here on the extreme level. Okay? That's what you're advocating for there at that point in time. You're saying that the right, in order for the right to be in check, you guys need to be violently extreme to make sure we fall in line under what you guys say. That's called tyranny. It's called fascism.
Memes. It's just memes to everybody, I guess. I don't know, bro. I don't know. I don't care. I'm playing video games, okay? I'm done today. I don't give a fuck. God, it's gonna be so fucking gay if I get killed in the next fucking 2 months of shit I'm doing. Well, the cuck shit out here. Please don't anybody make any actual fucking, the most cucked, weak-ass, fucking bullshit-ass speeches on my side. God, if it happens, holy shit, I'm gonna make a death note before I go out to go live and not... God, it's so cucked. It's so optics cucked.
You know, isn't it ironic that someone who literally is in that lifestyle of actually, you know, being cucked is talking about like he's such a hypocrite on every level, every possible level.
Ready for the fucking
Here's
cleansing,
the
dude.
cleansing thing again. Here's this one though.
Not exactly like...
You need conservatives to be afraid of getting killed.
Okay, that's the same one.
Shit of the DDoS kid. That's a guy, that's one of the people, like, legitimately, like, you have no, like, it's actually kind of scary, like, how close I was to getting people together to go down to his house and kill him and his family. Or it would have just been him and his father. Because I didn't know anything about it. Dude, that was some of the most fucked up shit in my entire life. I was so fucking close to doing it. But I was making so much money on Twitch, and I don't know if Nathan was involved in yet, but for whatever reason, I decided that the current life I had wasn't worth the risk of... Oh my god.
Oh yeah, I bet now that he's fully abandoned his son, he probably really actually doesn't care about that. He probably would have. If his son was the age that his son is today, he probably actually would have followed through on a murder.
Oh my god, I was so close to this fucking address. I had fucking streets mapped out and fucking you have no fucking idea. That's when I first started getting an interest in like owning a weapon. I got a permit to own a gun and everything. Holy
That's psychotic. Destiny has actually planned somebody's murder in the past. You know, and then he stared this, and I said, Kick will be next, you'll be in asylum. He goes, unreal, Elon Musk and other conservatives got me banned from Twitch. Wasn't us. We didn't do that in 2022. Of course, he reshared this, you know, out there. People are sharing it now like crazy, acting like this just happened. Destiny's just clowning on these people, making fun of them, but, you know, is what it is there. How about this video?
Fuck it, fuck the dude, the firefighter guy, fuck Trump, fuck the people that support him. I just want you to know, okay, just in case you're confused or it seems like I'm, whatever. If one of you were in the crowd and you're a conservative fan of mine and you end up, you know, getting blown away or whatever the fuck, I'm making fun of you the next day on Twitter. I am, 100%.
Now, he doesn't say that about liberals. He doesn't say that about liberals at all. Just conservatives. He doesn't like them. So let's get into what he was saying
Charlie
here.
Kirk, when she posts an image of her at the coffin side, why do you think that constitutes turning down the temperature?
You can't turn down the temperature on your own. The president of the United States is not
the temperature.
able
You're
to...
mocking his
it's
widow.
already inflamed.
You're
What are you
mocking his
talking
widow.
about? We've had multiple political assassinations over the past year.
Yeah, all from the left. It's crazy.
What do you mean it's turning up the temperature?
Why did you
to
mock his
someone
widow?
Online because
Why did
she's
you
being
mock his
wielded
widow?
as because she's being used as a political weapon right now
Wow.
for conservatives to continue their fight.
Oh, so because she's getting used, that's why you mocked her? Because she's being played, right? That's what he thinks. He thinks that she is being played, and that's crazy. He doesn't even think it's her fault, but he's still gonna mock her and, over the whole grieving situation of her husband. She loses her husband, and he's like, well, she's being used by people that I don't like, so let's just make her life even more miserable. That would be his angle. If he actually believed that, which he doesn't. He doesn't believe that. He knows exactly what's really going on. He knows his side is the violent side, but he's going to do everything he can to run cover for his side. That's all he's trying to do so they can keep doing this. That's why Destiny needs to be charged. That's why he needs to be in an asylum.
You mean, wow, she's literally doing
Her husband just got
ads
murdered.
on email. Yeah, and she's using it to drive up recruitment for
And
a
you
political
can't even
movement.
condemn the murder.
She's doing his will. He wanted to continue this movement, and she has stepped into his shoes and said, I will do it for my husband since he's no longer around. You don't seem to understand that, Destiny, because you've never had a spouse worth a damn, and you've never been a spouse worth a damn. That's why you've abandoned your son and your ex-wife. That's why your second wife left you, because you're worthless. You are a piece of garbage and no one wants to be around you. It's why you have no friends. It's why you have no family. It's why you have no spouse or child anymore. You did that.
You won't
the
condemn
president
it.
can't even tell his side
You're
to
so
turn the temperature
deranged
down.
about Trump that you cannot condemn the
unhinged.
murder
It is such
because
a
you're
joke,
waiting
and
for
you guys
Donald
sit here
Trump
and
to say
make money
something.
off of it. It's
All right, let me bring
crazy
in
to me that
Jack.
Republicans can't do it.
Let me bring in
What a
Jack
joke of the
Posobiec.
world.
I gotta
And
say,
there's still no answer to that question, Piers. You can't say
Which question?
Why can't Donald Trump simply go on TV and say we all need to turn it down,
Fine.
like Biden could, like Obama could.
fine.
Biden did not. He did not say all of us. He said MAGA is the greatest threat to this country. Those were Biden's words, you piece of garbage.
Like the Clintons could, like Kamala could. Why
Fine.
not?
Why can't
The Clintons also said Donald Trump was an illegitimate president and that he is the greatest threat to this entire country.
you condemn the murder of
See,
Charlie
it's
Kirk?
unbelievable. I'm not the president
Why
of the United
can't
States.
you
can't answer that
condemn
question.
the
It's
murder of Charlie
unbelievable.
Kirk?
Unbelievable to me.
Why can't you condemn the murder of Charlie Kirk?
Because it wasn't my side that caused it. It should
Yes,
be the
it
one
was.
that is driving.
It was your side that caused it. It was you who caused it, Destiny.
up
It
the
actually
rhetoric.
was
You
your
know,
side
it's
that
not even
caused
true.
it.
This
It was
an
your
18
side.
This guy was raised in a white
He
Christian
was a
household,
radicalized
in a Christian
leftist
state.
ideology.
Destiny was also raised in a conservative household. Did you guys know that? He has said this multiple times. His side of the family is conservative. He talked about that before. His abuela or grandma, whatever, from Cuba, conservatives, anti-communists. They escaped Cuba. And yet, he grew up conservative himself. Destiny has mentioned that before. He was very much pro-Bush when he was a kid. That's crazy, huh? Insane how he doesn't bring that up.
He wasn't radicalized by leftism at all. You have no proof of that whatsoever.
That's what the investigation.
We do have proof of it. We have a lot of proof of it. You have no proof of it being on the right wing whatsoever. We have the carvings in the bullets. We have the carvings on the gun. We have the fact that he was with the trans boyfriend. We have the fact that he literally left a manifesto for his trans boyfriend. Even though they got rid of it. We have his father saying that he was left wing, and we have the killer himself saying he was left wing. We have his students at the school that were saying he was left wing. Shut your mouth, you impotent child.
Investigators are saying
was a conservative, just like the people that firebombed Shapiro's house was a conservative, just like all the J6ers were conservative.
No. The one who firebombed Shapiro's house also was not conservative.
Not a
Just like the
conservative,
Proud
was
Boys
a
were conservative.
pro-Palestinian activist
Every
out of
single one of
Harrisburg.
every single one of these people. Oh, it's Jack Posobiec. What, the author of Unhuman? Another person that Charlie supported? Good one, dude.
Well, I'll give you one last chance, Destiny, to condemn the murder of Charlie
Yes, you
Kirk.
are acting like an
Why,
unhuman.
why can't I hear Donald Trump
Because you were against
condemn violence in
humanity.
this
So, all
country?
right, you
Why
won't
can't I
condemn
hear
it.
it?
Okay, we've
I
all
can't hear it.
heard.
That's insane
We've
to
all
me.
heard you repeatedly refuse to
And
condemn
we've
it.
heard Donald Trump refuse to condemn
Jack
it too. But for some
Posobiec.
reason, the leftists on YouTube are a bigger deal. Unbelievable.
Yeah, what's incredible is you don't have the basic humanity to condemn it. You'd rather taunt his widow. I find that sickening.
It is sickening. He's a very bad person. And that's all it is. He's a bad
Their
person.
investigation has now established that he had been radicalized by a leftist ideology, which drove him to do this. That's just
I'm sorry. Excuse me. When?
yesterday. He said that.
Oh, sorry. Wrong button.
Has made it clear that their investigation is now by a leftist ideology, which drove him to do this. That's just
I'm sorry. Excuse me. When?
yesterday. He said that.
See the way that he holds his jaw?
When was he radicalized? In the 6 months?
He's definitely doing some sort of Adderall.
I don't
Some
know
sort
when he
of
was radicalized, but I do know.
What you just said
I do
is not
know
true.
the
Doing
very
that motion?
reasonable
That's not true.
sounding governor of Utah
No.
has made
No,
it
it's not
clear
true.
that the
No, he
event.
hasn't made it
You may not
clear.
want to.
He's just, Destiny's just absolutely in every way, shape, and form just denying to deny. He has no evidence whatsoever. He can't point to anything. I can point to everything. I could literally point to his father. I could point to oh, that's what line keeps showing up there. Oopsie. Dog bumped the green screen. Anyway, I can point to anything and everything on the evidence. Okay? Carvings in the bullets, carvings in the gun. Note to the trans boyfriend, the fact that he had a trans boyfriend. The father, the students, everyone else saying that he was radicalized by left wing, garbage. Destiny can't point to anything. All he could say is, well, his dad was conservative. Yeah, well, your grandma was conservative, or your mom was conservative. Big deal. So, that's not evidence enough. Unless Destiny wants to admit that he is an evil right-winger.
This is an ongoing investigation.
You may not want to
You don't
hear
wanna
it, Destiny, but the reality is the investigators, according to the governor of Utah, have established that he was radicalized to a leftist ideology that drove him to murder Charlie Kirk. Now, let me just
that's
ask you.
just not true.
Let me just
There's
ask
no
you.
way
well,
to deal with it.
Okay,
You're living in a
accusing the
delusional
governor of
fantasy.
lying.
Yeah.
That's all you got to say, Destiny. You're just in a fantasy. You're just delusional. Okay, any evidence? Anything. Say something, Destiny. Right now.
It's your prerogative. But
Sure.
if it turns out
okay,
to have been
nothing.
somebody with a leftist ideology who wanted to shut up Charlie Kirk, would you condemn that?
Wrong side.
I won't condemn anything until the president of the United States can go on air and say, all of us need to calm down.
Oh, all of us. It's so convenient, all of us. It has to be all of us when your side's committing the violence.
So
The
you
fact
won't
that he
condemn
can go
the
on
murder of
Fox and
Charlie
Friends-
Kirk
I'm
until
just-
Donald Trump says
Piers,
something.
I'm a YouTuber. Leftists and Democrats have been
YouTuber, specifically. Hey, YouTube, get rid of his channel.
condemning and turning down the temperature, condemning violence, turning down the temperature for a decade. Donald Trump can't go on TV and say, all of us need to calm down.
Right.
Can you tell me why he cannot
Why
tell
would you
his
expect
side to
anybody,
calm down?
Destiny?
You
What-
can't answer that. Can you answer that question? Why
Okay,
can't
can
Trump
you
go on
answer
TV
this
and say,
question?
all of us should be less violent?
Why do you
can't
think-
Trump say that?
why do you
Why
think-
can't Trump
Your
say that?
behavior
I feel like
contingent on
I'm
Donald Trump?
insane right now.
Why do you
is
think?
your
No, let me ask
behavior
you a
contingent
question.
on Donald Trump?
Let me
Why
ask
is
you a
that?
question.
Because he's the president of the United States of America and the leader of the
Okay, because he's the president of the United States. You know what? I'm sick and tired of this. Hold on. Biden, MAGA, greatest threat. Let's see here. I want to see this speech specifically.
Today is not normal. Donald Trump and the MAGA Republicans represent an extremism that threatens the very foundations of our republic. Now, I want to be very clear up front. Not every Republican, not even the majority of Republicans are MAGA Republicans. Not every Republican embraces their extreme ideology.
So he is specifically saying MAGA Republicans. Guess what? We are the majority. We were always the majority. Biden's just wrong. Just wrong. But he is saying MAGA Republicans are the greatest threat to this country. That's your president, Destiny. That's your president. Absolute piece of trash.
Yeah, Destiny. Let me
You
just.
have a huge audience of young men who
I'm a
listen to
YouTuber
everything you have to
who
say.
has more
So
young
when
men
you,
following
it
him.
doesn't
Who
matter.
has
You have a
more young-
huge
Destiny
audience.
cannot
And because of the
let
fact that
people
you have a
talk.
huge
Living
audience,
and
you
your
have
brain
a
has been
responsibility
broken by
to
online
not turn.
rhetoric.
No,
And
it
your
hasn't.
brain
It
has
hasn't been
been
broken. I
destroyed
actually care
because
about the
people
country
bully you on
and want to
Twitter.
bring people together.
If
You
you've
do
been-
the
you should tell
opposite.
Donald
You
Trump to tell
represent the
people
worst
to
of us,
be
Destiny.
less-
Oh, you should just tell Donald Trump. You should just tell Donald Trump. It's Donald Trump. It's always Donald Trump. It's absolutely insane. Destiny is off his rocker. He's completely out of control. He needs to be arrested. He absolutely needs to be arrested. Was that the third video or the second video? I had this one here, condemn the, okay. And then this one was, you need to understand what being a human is.
In your heart, and at the same time, you
it's such a
judge
simple thing.
others
If you're
as being
going to
hateful.
weaponize somebody's grief against the other party, well, then of course people have a right to fight back against it.
Imagine calling it weaponized by literally showing the left what they did. Be like, hey, leftists, this is what you did. Oh, you're weaponizing it when you actually fired a weapon at the left. Or at the right. When the left fires a weapon at the right, that's okay. But whenever you weaponize what they did against them, it's just bad.
I think that she has every right to grieve in whatever way she wants, but when that grief is going to be weaponized to do recruitment, political recruitment, and further radicalization of the other side, then of course you not only have the ability to mock it, I think you have the obligation to mock it. It's insane.
Let me understand. Let me understand your argument. So since others are using her grief to politically recruit, you think that it's okay to mock her specifically?
Since others
How does
are
that make
using
any
her grief,
sense?
she's the one who gave a 17-minute speech on TV where she talked about good versus evil. She's the one showing up in...
Yeah, I would imagine when an evil person ends the life of your spouse, it's pretty acceptable, pretty expected for someone to say this evil person, this evil group went after my husband and ended him. Destiny is so far removed from knowing what a relationship is. He has absolutely no humanity left in him. None. Destiny is so far gone. He is so extreme. He's one of the most unhuman people I think I've ever seen. This is crazy. This is actually the mind of a serial killer we're looking at. I don't know how he hasn't been ending people's lives. Maybe he's just too lazy or too stupid to do it. But this is exactly how I would expect a serial killer to act.
Destiny, let me explain,
one or 2 days after.
If someone assassinated my husband, I would not be able to have the level of composure she had during that speech. I would be out for blood. I understand why she's angry and why she said the things that she said. Okay, you need to understand.
Anna Kasparian, who literally is an pretty decently extreme leftist, not so extreme anymore nowadays, but she used to be much more extreme back in the day. She's been de-radicalizing. Literally is like, yeah, I understand exactly what this person's going through, and I support her. You know, because she is going through one of the roughest possible situations you could imagine.
Being a human is what it's like to actually lose someone that you love, that you chose to spend your life with, that you chose to raise children with. A person who was violently and viciously assassinated like that. This is why I've moved away
and when
from
something
identifying as
you got bullied online. It's so funny. It's so funny that you just
so
said that you don't
on the
think about
left.
how other people act to define your behavior. Your entire political ideology now is somehow defined by the people that were mean to you on Twitter.
No,
if somebody
it's
cares
not.
about somebody who's grieving,
I understood
then you tell that
what
person,
the flaws
you
on
tell
the
that
left
person,
happen to
hey,
be. The
maybe you
weakness
should
in their
step back
arguments.
for a couple of
No,
weeks.
no, it's
Maybe
not
you should
about
take
the
some
way I
time to
get
grieve.
treated.
You don't
I
say,
get
hey,
treated
let's
like
throw a
crap from
camera in
both
front
sides
of
of
you
the
and have
political
you do
aisle.
mass.
Destiny's just a monster. He's absolutely a monster. He doesn't deserve any sympathy. I actually genuinely do not care whatever happens to him in his life from here on out. I just hope it's a very miserable, long life. I hope he has an incredibly long life to suffer from. I don't want anything to take his life whatsoever from here. I hope he lives to be 100 years old, and I hope he is absolutely miserable every single second of the day. Because death is too good. Way too good. He needs to be put in asylum. He needs to be locked away forever. He is a criminal as far as I'm concerned. He has CP on his computer that he absolutely refuses to delete. He refuses to delete it because it would be getting rid of evidence as he's in a court case. And he refuses to delete any of the CP on his computer. It's insane. He admitted that. That's the kind of person Destiny is. He makes any excuse to keep going, whatever it is he thinks he wants to have, or whatever his desires are that he has in life. He will make any excuse, no matter what, to keep that desire going. That's insane. He is such a deranged person, and I will never stop covering this guy until he is behind bars. I want his life to be absolutely miserable, and I want him to think every single day along the way, how did I get here? I want him to recant. I want him to regret every moment he didn't spend with his son when he should have been. Neglecting his kids, neglecting his ex. I want him to sit back and realize, why is it that my supermodel wife left me for another dude? Oh, because you're a bad, pathetic piece of garbage. That's why. Anyway, guys, if there's anything else you want to add, please down in the comment section below. Please definitely join my Discord. I would really appreciate it. Down in the description below. Like, subscribe, and share. That helps me out so much, especially the subscribing. When you do subscribe, Make sure to ding that bell so you get notified. You know, all that good stuff, and I'll see you guys here in the next one. Later.